So today we are going to see the next chapter of Unit 4, that is multi-threading. So it's very interesting topic, multi-threading, and it also be very useful in the one of the course you have in the next semester, that is operating system as well, right? So multi-threading. So the stuff under this multi-threading, it consisting of the thread model, means the life cycle, and we'll have to see the creating the threads followed by the thread priority and how we can be synchronize the threads so that all at a time can be properly work in it together, and inter-process communication, that is ITC. These are the stuffs are available. Now in this class, we are going to be see the first topic, that is the introduction part, introduction to multi-threading. Okay, so let me start of today class. Now the same book we are following, Java complete reference over here, and also we are going to be have the interaction, the other sources from the different internet. Okay, so let me start the multi-threading. If you observe carefully the figure, it's clearly shows the main code. We have a main program. Under that main program, we have multiple tasks to be performed. Multiple tasks we can be performed, and each task we can to perform it, we require a thread. So a thread is going to be take care of that particular task. Say for example, in your main method, in your main program, we have a addition method, subtraction method, multiplication method, division method. Like this, we have methods we are going to calling there. So each method we can call here as a thread. So to perform the addition, the thread 1 will take care of that. To perform the subtraction, the thread 2 will be take care of that. To perform the thread 3, the multiplication, to perform the multiplication, thread 3 will take care of. To perform the division, thread 4. This is one of the best example we can say. Another example I would like to be say to you. The another example is like, say for example, you open a browser, you have opened a browser. In that browser, you are watching a video. Say for example, you are watching a video. Like in that video, what will be there? The picture, which is going to be the video stream, is going on. In the backend, the audio, the respective audio for that video, and a text will be displayed on the bottom of that video, right? In the English or Hindi or Telugu, whatever the language you are selected. How many threads are there for that single playing of the video? One is video, another is audio, another is the text which is displaying. So each one is called as a thread. Displaying the text is one thread, performing that streaming of the video is another thread, and audio is another thread. If 3 are at a time will be synchronized, then only a proper understand of what the message they are going to be conveying. So this is nothing but multi-threading. So the text, audio, video. How many threads are there? 3 threads are there, which are going to perform there. So that is called as in the same streaming of video. If you are performing multiple tasks, then we can call as a multi-threading. Now let me discuss in detail about this one. Java built-in, it provides built-in support for multi-threading programming. We have multi-threading programming over here. A multi-threading programming contains 2 or more parts that can run concurrently. Means parallelly has to be running. So each part of a such program is called as a thread. Which part? Multi-thread program consisting of a multiple parts. So each part, like as I said you, text is one part, audio is one part, video is one part. Each part is called as a thread. Each part of such a program is called as a thread. And each thread defines a separate path of execution. Separate path of execution means audio files will be separate, video files will be separate, the text files will be separate. Like this, all are in a separate path of execution. Thus, multi-threading is a specialized form of multitasking. And as I said you, we are having 2 distinct types of multitasking. The one is process-based multitasking. Second one, thread-based multitasking. Now in this topic, we are in this chapter deals with multi-threading. So multi-threading is nothing but performing the multi-tasks. So actually, to perform multiple tasks means what? Multiple activities. To perform multiple activities, we are going to be use process-based and thread-based. Let me try to understand what is the difference between this process-based and thread-based. Let me discuss that also. A process, normally you have know about that, aware about the process, right? A process is nothing but A program under execution, a program that is executing is called as a process. Already you are studying from the first year, right? A program that is executing, a program under execution is called as a process. So process-based multitasking is the feature that allows you, your computer, to run two or more programs concurrently. Remember that point, two or more programs concurrently. Example, process-based multitasking enables you to run Java compiler at the same time. You can use a text editor or visiting a website. So see how many programs are there here. We can compile Java compiler. We can compile one program. The second task is, the second process-based multitasking is editing some text over here. The third is visiting a website. Now, see for example, here I will show you the example clearly. This is a example for process-based multitasking. What I'm doing here, I have opened a browser. Say for example, I have opened a browser. I'm entering google.com. This is google.com, or else I can enter a JNTU or our college website, svec.education. This is one. I am visiting a website. And now parallelly, what I'm doing, I'm opening a notepad and I'm going to be typing something. Welcome to OPJ class, like this. So in the backend, a website is going to be running. One more program is, I'm open a notepad. I have done it. I'm just opening a command prompt. I can compile Java C, some first example, first.java. Like this, I can compile a program. Now, how many programs I have opened? This is one, visiting a website, one program. Notepad is second program. Command prompt is another program. So performing process-based multitasking means what? It is clearly saying that it is feature that allows your computer to run two or more programs. How many programs? Two or more programs. So in this example, the visiting website is one program. Notepad, typing something in the notepad editor is another program. Command prompt is another program. Or playing a video or playing a audio in the backend is another program. So like this, multiple programs we can do where in the process-based multitasking. Two or more programs can run concurrently. That is called as process-based multitasking, right? Hope you understood this one. Next is thread-based multitasking. Thread-based multitasking is the smallest unit of dispatchable code. This means that a single program can perform two or more tasks simultaneously. Two or more tasks simultaneously means here is a single program and multiple tasks. In the previous process-based, two or more programs, multiple programs, each program again consisting of multiple tasks, right? So here, single program performing two or more tasks simultaneously. Example, in a text editor, you can format the text editor. At the same time, you can print the same document, you can print for this one. So these are the two actions being performed by the two separate threads. So formatting a text is one thread, that is T1, and giving a printing option for the same document is T2. So these two actions are performed simultaneously. So these two are separate threads and performing simultaneously. So thus, process-based multitasking deals with big picture, whereas thread-based multitasking handles the details. Now I will explain you one example for thread-based multitasking. What I'm doing here is, see, what I'm doing here is, I'm just opening a Word documentation. Okay. I'm just opening a Word documentation. So this is a single program. One Word documentation is a single program, right? How process-based we have seen multiple programs, right? One is Notepad, another is command prompt, another is visiting website. So this is a example for thread-based example, thread-based multitasking. This is Word document I am open here. Now what I'm doing here is, I'm just doing some editing here. I'm just doing editing some here. And parallelly, I'm going for printing. So when you press Ctrl P, it goes for printing. So same for this document, what they're saying, the example, they are saying that one, a text editor can format. Format in the sense, I'm just making some alignment here, not changing, just making some alignment. See the example. Here I'm just making some alignment here, just increasing the font or something, aligning. And what can parallelly we can simultaneously can do? We can go for printing. There is a printing option, same document. So formatting the text formatting the text is one action, like changing the color or like this is one action. Okay. And another action is for the same document, printing the document by press the print keyword, we can print the documentation. So again, if you want any other action, save is another action. Parallelly, printing is going on, formatting is going on. So another any task is going on simultaneously, then it is called as thread-based multitasking. So for a single program, this many number of actions we can perform. To perform each action, we required a thread, right? So another example, best example, already had discussed you the starting of the class, playing a video. So when you are watching a video is one thread, watching a video, one movie. Say for example, a movie you are going to be watching, right? So say ABC, the movie name. So that ABC movie you are going to watching. To watch that one, video is one thread and audio is another thread. Displaying the text of that movie in the whenever the streaming of the video is going on, action is going on, display the text, right? That is another thread. So 1, 2, 3, 3 threads are there. So this is called as thread-based multitasking. How we are saying? Watching ABC movie. That is a ABC movie is a one single program. On that program, we are performing multiple actions. That is multiple tasks. So how you are performing multitasking here? With the help of thread-based. How you are saying is a thread-based? On a single program, you are performing multiple actions. So we can say it is a thread-based multitasking. So when you are performing in the different programs, multiple tasking, then it is called as process-based multitasking. Okay. So hope you understood the difference between thread-based and process-based multitasking. Okay. Now coming to the in closer of to discuss of this one. In closer, we can discuss what is actually the process-based multitasking and thread-based multitasking. Process-based multitasking is also be called as multiprocessing. Process-based multitasking is also called as multiprocessing. So each process has its own address in memory because Notepad will save in one address, will be there in one address. Command prompt is another address. Visiting the website, the browser is in another address. So its own address. That is, each process allocates a separate memory area. For browser, one separate area. For Notepad is separate area. Command prompt is separate area. Playing a audio in the backend is separate area. So process is a heavyweight. Process is a heavyweight. Keep it in this two in mind. It is a own address in memory. Means separate memory area for each process in process-based multitasking. Whereas in the thread-based, share the same address space because in a single program we are performing multiple tasking, and process is a heavyweight, whereas thread is a lightweight process. So process is a heavyweight and thread is a lightweight. So cost of communication between the process is very high because multiple with respect to process, with respect to the multiple programs we are dealing. So the cost is very high. So cost of communication between the threads is very low because in a single program we are performing multitasking. So switching from one process means one program to another required some time to saving and loading the registers, memory maps, updating lists. So because of this, we had to be, the cost is very high because I'm moving from Notepad to command prompt. When you are moving from Notepad to command prompt, I need to save some program in the Notepad. When again in the command prompt, again I need to move from command prompt to the visiting of the website. Again, I need to go there. So it takes some time because we had to save, we had to load to the registers, save into the registers, make some memory maps, update it. Memory maps means saving in a particular location like this. So here threads are independent to each other. It not depends on that. So that's the beauty of thread. So at least one process is required for each thread. So in a process, we have threads. Not in threads, we have process. So in a process, we have multiple threads. Normally, process means what? A program. So thread-based can be performed in single process, whereas process-based will perform in multi-process. Single process means what? Single program. So to run any thread, definitely minimum one process is required. Without process, there is no threads. Without process, there is no threads. Okay. Coming to in detail, if you want to talk about in detail about that one, this pictorial representation is clearly shows you that this is a process one. Okay. And this is process one. This is process two. This is process three. This is totally a OS. Totally is under the big OS of that is the area where we have different process one, process two, process three, different processes are there. Now in each process, we have a threads like T1, T2, T3. This is all the different threads are available. So in a process, we have multiple or a single thread or a multiple threads, where threads are going to be interacting to each other. So all the tasks like editing, formatting the text, if you are say this process is a editor, text editor, under that we are formatting is one thread, printing is another thread, and making another task is another thread. To perform each action, we require one thread over there, and another process. Like this, we can do it. So as shown in the figure, thread is executing inside the process. There is a context switching between the threads. Context switching in the sense means what? Once you type the documentation, format it, we can go for printing, and or we can format it, we can print it. Like first page you format it, and we can print the first page. Next we can go for the second page, format it. Parallelly, simultaneously, the first page printing is going on. Or else, out of the 100 pages of a documentation, 10 pages you have given the for printing. The remaining 11 to 20 you are making some formatting there. Once the format is done, simultaneously 1 to 10 pages is printing there. Once it is done, again 11 to 20 you for print, and 21 to 30 you can make some alignment format there. And meanwhile, 11 to 20 will be printing. Like this, the simultaneously the task is going to be performing. So there can be multiple process inside the OS, and one process can have multiple threads. So in a OS, we have multiple processes. In a OS, we can have multiple processes. So in a single process, we have multiple threads. So at a time, here at a time, one thread can be executed only. At a time, one thread can be executed only. Means in a single program, we can perform multi tasking, that is multi-thread, but at a time only one thread can be executed. Means when you are giving printing, we are making some formatting. So printing is a thread, and this is another thread. And again, if you want to perform another thread. So at a time, one thread can be executed only. At a time is only executed one thread. So like this, there is a difference between multi-process, that is multi-processing, and multi-threading. So what we have discussed in this introduction to multi-threading is, we have seen what is the purpose of multi-thread programming, and what is a thread, and how many types of multitasking, that is process-based and thread-based. Process-based multitasking means running two or more programs concurrently. Thread-based multitasking means running, that is single program can perform two or more tasks simultaneously. Process-based multitasking is also called as multiprocessing. Thread-based multitasking is also called as multi-threading. Okay, whereas process is a heavyweight, thread is a lightweight process, and these are the differences we have seen about that. So this is about the introduction to multi-threading.